Welcome to Ease to Learn. My name is Tony, and today I want you to think about a giant redwood tree, a dog, and yourself. What do all three of these incredibly different things share at the most basic physical level? If you zoom far enough in on any living thing, you will find cells. They are the essential building blocks of life. Take a look at this diagram. It shows exactly how a body is constructed. We start at the bottom with individual cells. When you group a bunch of similar cells together, they form a tissue, stack those tissues, and they build an organ like your heart or your lungs. Group those organs together into an organ system, and you eventually build a complete living organism. Every cell is alive and active. They are constantly performing the processes that keep you functioning, like breathing, taking in nutrition, and growing. To do all of that work, the cell divides its labor among different internal parts called organelles. To really understand how organisms stay alive, we have to look inside one of these microscopic structures and see it for what it truly is: a bustling, highly organized city. Every well-organized city needs a border to protect its residents. So our tour starts at the outer limits. This diagram shows the cell's outer boundary called the plasma membrane. It acts as a selectively permeable security gate. It lets specific necessary nutrients slide inside, and it blocks the things the cell doesn't want, helping to maintain a perfect internal balance. If you look at a plant cell, you will find an extra layer of armor wrapped around the outside of that membrane. This is the cell wall. It is made of a tough material called cellulose, and it provides the rigid strength a plant cell needs to keep its shape and avoid bursting when filled with water. Step past the security gate and you enter the cytoplasm. This is a jelly-like fluid that fills the inside of the cell. It holds all the city's infrastructure in place and provides the space where crucial chemical reactions occur. In the middle of all this fluid sits City Hall. We call it the nucleus. It is wrapped in its own double membrane, and it serves as the master control center directing every single activity happening in the cell. Look closely at this diagram as we zoom into the nucleus. This is where the city keeps its blueprints. You can see genetic information packed tightly into structures called chromosomes. These contain long strands of DNA, which are further divided into tiny functional units called genes. The outer membranes keep the city secure from the environment, while the genetic blueprints in the center ensure every part of the cell knows its exact job. Now we leave City Hall and enter the industrial sector, where the cell physically manufactures everything it needs to survive. As you can see in this diagram, we have a massive network of tubes called the endoplasmic reticulum, or ER. It comes in two types. The rough ER is studded with little workers called ribosomes, and they build proteins. Next to it is the smooth ER, which has no ribosomes, and its job is to manufacture fats or lipids. Once the raw proteins and fats are built, they travel to a stack of flattened sacs called the Golgi apparatus. This is the packaging center. It modifies the newly built materials, wraps them into small protective bubbles called vesicles, and ships them exactly where they need to go. Industrial production creates waste to keep the city clean. The cell relies on lysosomes. These are small sacs filled with digestive enzymes that break down foreign waste and dissolve old broken organelles. They are sometimes called suicide bags because if the cell itself gets too heavily damaged, these sacs can burst open and digest their own cell. This diagram here shows the organelle that keeps the lights on. It is the mitochondria, known as the powerhouse of the cell. It takes in nutrients and produces pure energy in the form of ATP, ensuring the whole city has the power to keep running. Mitochondria are so specialized for energy production that they actually carry their own separate DNA, completely independent from the main blueprint stored back in the nucleus. If this cycle of manufacturing materials, clearing out the waste, and generating power were to stop, the microscopic city would immediately shut down. Up until now, we've looked at features shared by most cells. Let's look at a few pieces of infrastructure that are completely exclusive to plant cells. Plants have organelles called plastids. The most famous is the chloroplast. It contains the green pigment chlorophyll. which gives plants their color and allows them to perform photosynthesis, turning sunlight directly into food. There are other plastids too. Leucoplasts act as storage units for that newly created food, while chromoplasts hold different colored pigments for flowers and fruits. Let's compare the plant and animal cells in this diagram to see one final difference: the vacuole. These are fluid-filled storage sacs in an animal cell. They are tiny or missing entirely. But in a plant cell, the vacuole is massive. It stores water and food, and it creates internal pressure called turgidity, pushing out against the cell wall to keep the whole structure highly rigid. Because of these specialized organelles, a plant can generate its own food from the sun, and a heavy tree branch can grow straight out into the air without needing a single bone to hold it up. When we zoom back out from the individual parts, we can see the entire microscopic city in constant motion. No single organelle can survive on its own. They rely on a strict division of labor. Only by doing specific jobs together can the cell successfully breathe, eat, grow, and survive. Let's review what we've learned with this table. The nucleus acts as the control center. The mitochondria produce the energy. The air transports and synthesizes materials, while the Golgi apparatus packages them for shipping, and the lysosomes handle digestion and waste disposal. Your entire body is a coordinated network of trillions of these microscopic, self-contained cities, all working continuously to keep you alive. Thanks for learning with us today.